Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video today, we are going to discuss how we can create an S3 bucket in AWS. Now, this video is part of an AWS quick tutorials list wherein I am going to teach you AWS under 5 minutes. So if you have not subscribed to my channel already, do subscribe to it and press the bell icon for getting the continuous updates whenever I post in any video. So let's get started. So as you can see, I am already in my AWS management console. So I am quickly go to the S3 service. I can go it from here as well. So if I type in S3 in the search box, the first link is generally the link to the service. So I'm going to click on that. And once you are in this S3 screen, you can see that there is a button here for creating a bucket. Now in S3, each and every object or whatever you store in S3 stored in something called as buckets. So buckets are nothing but cloud folders actually. Okay, and you can think of it like a cloud folder wherein you store in your objects which are in form of images, videos, any files, right? So you can store anything in these S3 buckets, and they almost have an infinite amount of storage, so you can store data up to any limit. Okay, so I'm going to press this button over here, and for this demo I'm in the Northern Virginia region. So once I come into this screen, you can see there are two options, right, to create a general purpose S3 bucket or a directory bucket. Now we'll discuss this directory bucket at a later point of time, but for this video I'm going to go with the general purpose bucket. Now let me type the name for my bucket. Okay, so over here there is an important consideration. So the bucket name that you choose, right, it has to be unique. Okay, in all the AWS accounts that are out there, this bucket name has to be unique actually. So try to choose a unique name for your bucket. So if I choose a very generic name like test bucket, right, and if I just go all the way down to create my bucket, you can see that it will give me an error that the bucket with the same name exists already, right? So I need to choose something unique for my bucket name. So let me append it with my name. Okay, so I think this bucket should not be there, right? So there is an option to choose settings from an existing bucket, so you can choose that in case you have another bucket in your account, right? So the next option over here is for object ownership, wherein you decide that the objects that are there in your bucket should be owned only by your account, right? So AWS allows you the flexibility to give other AWS accounts also an option to access your buckets. But if you don't want to do that, you can keep this option selected. Okay, the next option is for blocking public access settings for this bucket. So this is kind of a safeguard that AWS has provided to block all the public access to this bucket. So if someone has to access the bucket, they have to do it with a proper permission, proper access, right? So I will keep this option checked in as well. The next option is about bucket versioning actually. So by default bucket versioning is disabled, but if you enable it, okay, it will allow you to store multiple versions of a particular object, right? So I'll show you this in a later video, like what bucket versioning is all about, but for now I'll just keep it disabled. Now in AWS, everything has something known as tag, right? So tags are very useful in tracking the resources in your AWS account. So I can quickly add a tag that the environment for which I am creating this bucket is a dev environment actually. So I can just add a tag like that, and later on I can find all the resources, okay, which are with this particular tag actually. So it helps in grouping the resources together. The next option is regarding security again, which is about default encryption mechanism, right? So you can choose to encrypt the objects in your bucket, right? And by default, the server side encryption is automatically applied to any of the new objects that are stored in this particular bucket. And you have, three encryption types here for more security. So I'm just going to go ahead with the default encryption type. Okay, and then there are advanced settings which I'll not bother about at this point of time. I'll just go ahead and create this bucket. So cool. My bucket is now created, and you can see that it is created in the US East one, or the Northern Virginia region. So it's the region that is selected over here. I can choose to create a bucket in another region as well. So guys, this was all about how we can create an S3 bucket in our AWS account. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to it for more such interesting videos. And I'm going to post many such videos in this AWS quick tutorials list, wherein I'm going to teach you AWS under 5 minutes. So thank you very much for watching this video, and do like my video.